Hey there, Tom with Acme Overland. Wanted to give you a tour of another one of our trucks we've built. This is a Mercedes-Benz truck. It's a SK-1824. So the 18 is the tonnage, 24 is roughly 240 horsepower. This truck formerly was actually a dump truck. So versus a lot of our builds where they start out as a fire truck, this was a very, let's call it a very well cared for dump truck. Was in Germany originally and was brought through Canada and is now in our possession. So this truck itself, again, pretty well cared for a dump truck, effectively, but is the basis of this truck is it's a standard transmission, so it's a 6-speed manual. Cool thing, the really unique thing about this truck is that it does have a half shift. So if you're going up, say a canyon road, you need maybe just a little more gear. So you're in sixth gear, you need just a little more. You can depress this little lever here and go to 5.5 speed or gear, I guess. And it just gives you that little bit more to get over that canyon road, which is pretty nice for it. This truck again is 4-wheel drive, has a center locker, has a rear locker, has a low gearing, and then otherwise within the cab, this is a little smaller cab than typical. It is a 1.0 cab or a kind of a single cab versus double cab like you've seen in other videos. But we've only done minimal work in here. We've done sound control to keep some of the noise, the road noise down, and also help with the speakers, the added Bluetooth audio that we've added. We've done new seats, so new air ride seats for both driver and passenger. And we've also added kind of a center console here. So you have a 12-volt powered cooler, so it keeps your drinks, beverages cold, and then also places for those beverages when you are on the road and driving. So the only other thing is air conditioning we've added to the cab, and then a reverse camera to help with visibility in the back of what is a big truck. This truck, as it stands now, kind of unloaded, except for water tanks in the rear being full, is about 22,000 pounds. So it's a pretty big truck at the end of the day. So we'll jump out of the cab here, do a brief walk around, and then jump in the Habitat as well and show you what's back there. So. Welcome to the Habitat tour of this Mercedes-Benz Expedition truck. You'll see through our YouTube channels, through our photography, website, etc., that a lot of our aesthetic is based on a lot of European style design. Intentionally, we do really love that. So you'll see a lot of that in this Habitat specifically. You'll see end grain shown very specifically. You'll see some perhaps color, maybe a little muted color, but still a color involved. You'll see that in the laminates. You'll see that in the textiles used. We're not shy to use those sorts of things. Actually quite enjoy it. But the tour itself, the floor plan of a lot of these expedition vehicles is perhaps common, meaning you'll see seating, you'll see a dining, shower area, you'll see a bed. It makes a lot of sense that it is like that, just due to kind of walking through the space. So this is no different, this layout. In the forward portion of the Habitat, you'll see seating. Dining also converts to sleeping, and it is dual purpose. Whereas we're housing things like our electrical components as well in this space, just simply because we need space to put those things. So controls located in here. It makes for easy access to those things to quickly turn them off, turn them on if need be. So, and again, this is dual purpose, so it does convert to a bed. This table pushes down and creates kind of a nice sleeping cubby. You'll see also here that there is no pass-through in this truck. That is due to the configuration of the spare tire and where it's located right behind the cab, so there's no room for a pass-through to go through to the cab on this one. And in many cases, that's just fine for the client. So as we kind of rotate 360 through this vehicle, through this Habitat space, you'll see a kind of a slim but tall and deep refrigerator, which is nice. Houses quite a bit of stuff. Has a freezer as well. Above that, microwave. We have next to it some closet space. Quite a deep closet space with more storage within. In these habitat spaces, the storage is absolute necessary, and not really anything particular, kind of more general storage, just because you never know what you'll have, never know really how you'll configure things until it's configured. But you do have a ton of opportunity for larger items, smaller items, of course overhead items, things like magazines, for example. And actually, as we're over here, this side houses our hydronic system, also houses Bluetooth audio, and then more storage space. So as we kind of pan back to the rear portion, we'll come to the kitchen area. So the kitchen houses an induction cooktop, sink with hot and cold water, and also the control center basically of this vehicle. So here you'll see our touchscreen system. We'll touch it, it will turn on. It showcases battery, chassis battery is disconnected right now. Shows inverter, it is where you'll turn your inverter on and off. We can control our lights from here, so we can turn lights on and off. Freshwater tanks, gray tanks, all of the controls needed to have a comfortable setting are controlled within that touchscreen. Cool thing is that around the vehicle we'll also have these touch pads. So in certain areas, entry in the garage space, we'll have these little touch pads, and then the third or tertiary way to connect is via an app. So the app is effectively the same as the touchscreen that's mounted up there. So we can turn all of our controls on and off here. And really the best part about the app is, say you're at the garage, or say you're leaving the vehicle, exiting the habitat, need to turn a light off, or if forgot to turn a light off, you don't have to come back up and turn the light off. You can just do it right outside. It's quite a nice feature through and through. So yeah, that's our touchscreen, our controls, and then really again you'll see just a ton of upper cabinetry, and we'll swing all the way back to the bed area. So in this particular configuration, the bed is over the garage. It's a queen size bed, and you'll see again just lots of storage, smaller storage for things like books, for perhaps a phone, a tablet, and then real pretty deep storage for just miscellaneous items, blankets, clothes, etc. So and as we finish our rotation through, we come to the shower. So it's a full 3 foot by 3 foot, roughly meter by meter shower. This shower, probably the coolest feature is it has its own gray tank. So this shower drains directly onto or into a gray tank, which is what the base of the shower goes into. So it's a custom one-off molded shower base, which is pretty unique to this particular layout. And again, being able to configure custom things as such really allow us to utilize the full space and maximize every little nook and cranny of the build. So, well, thank you for taking a tour of the habitat of this Mercedes-Benz Expedition truck. As always, you can reach out to us on our website, acmeoverland.com, Instagram, Facebook. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And thanks.